All right, guys, tip number one is actually a pretty interesting one. That is start buying things on eBay. The reason why is most people have automatic feedback set up on their stores, especially the companies that sell items for under 10 bucks and like common household items. So I started buying my shampoo, my deodorant, anytime I needed cleaning supplies or packing supplies for my business, I would buy them. The reason why is you get that feedback and then you're less susceptible to scams. There's a lot of scams on eBay, especially for beginning sellers. So if you only have one feedback, 7 feedback, 13, even 75 feedback, people are gonna say, hey, I'm really interested in your item. Can you please email me? Or hey, give me your number, I wanna buy your item. Don't respond to those are scams. What you wanna do is just buy as many things that you're already buying in your daily life anyway. Start buying them all on eBay. It's going to support eBay, the company giving you tons of money, giving you a great opportunity every day to make a living, and it's also going to get you great feedback, so that way you're not getting scammed by all those people that are trying to rip you off. So that's tip number one. All right, guys. Tip number two is going to be list every day. This is kind of a controversy here on eBay. If you're truly a beginner, you'll begin to learn and understand that as you go, as you watch more YouTube videos. A lot of people say you don't need to list every day. Even eBay says you don't need to list every day. But it's just an awesome practice for business in general. Do a little bit of work hard every single day, and you're going to have awesome results. If you list every single day, eBay is going to give you fresh new traffic every single day. You're going to get sales all the time, if not every single day. You should be getting sales every single day the bigger you get. But listing every single day is going to make you more consistent as a business owner. It's going to get you more money with consistent sales. It's just going to be overall better for you for sure. And tip number two leads into tip number three. Tip number three, you're going to want to build a draft bank. eBay has this cool feature where even on your phone, you can have up to 250 listings that you're able to edit later, come back to, or even completely get everything set up and then list later. So that's what I do. Every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday, I list 25 items right now. 25 items every single day, no matter what. And it's because I have a draft bank of 250 items. So every morning I wake up and I list my 200. I go to my draft bank, I click on edit 25, and then I launch listings. Those 25 listings go live. I go on about my day. I go source, I get my stuff, I come back, I create 25 new drafts that I save, and now I'm back up to 250 next morning. I get to list them again, start the whole process over. Now, when I want to go on a vacation, if I'm honestly super sick, I haven't taken a sick day in 3 or 4 years, but if I ever have to get like a surgery, or if I'm sick, or if I'm going on a vacation for 4 or 5 days, if I can't actually sit down and list, I have that draft bank that I can just keep launching 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. I come back 5 days later, I still have 150 drafts. Now I'm just gonna draft 40 a day until I get back to that 250. Incredible work-life balance. Honestly, this is probably one of the better tips in this video and on YouTube, eBay land in general. If you truly want to have a work-life balance, because eBay is a grind, man, especially if you're just listing, launching right away. If you can build a draft bank, this can be a beautiful side hustle that can turn into a business, that can turn into just amazing if you just have a draft bank. So I recommend getting up to 250. I've actually noticed that at 250, it gets glitchy sometimes. Sometimes I lose photos. Sometimes I lose drafts completely, which really sucks. So I actually just get my draft bank to 245 and I stop there. So yeah, build that draft bank up. It's gonna biggest work-life balance hack in the world. All right, guys, tip number 4 is going to be give yourself some grace, take some time, and learn as you go. When I first started doing this, about a year a year and 8 months ago. Been doing this for 20 months. I didn't know anything. I watched Gary Vee talking trash, and he said that you can go find mugs and sell them on eBay. I'm like, well, freak, I want to do that. So I started finding some mugs. My first sell ever was a Christmas mug. It had a reindeer on it. I shipped it out in a poly mailer with a little bit of bubble wrap on it, and it broke. My very first sell was a fail, but that's okay. I learned a lot from it. And then I learned later on that mugs kind of suck. I've only sold like 2 mugs this whole year. I don't really purchase them anymore. Every once in a while there's one worth picking up, but I'm going on a side tangent here. The first few months of this experience of reselling, I bought a lot of things, and I bought a lot of things that didn't sell, bought a lot of things that sat, and I just bit the bullet and I redonated them. And then I kept buying these things. I kept getting better. And then one day I found a pair of Italian sunglasses that sold for $50. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how have I not been doing sunglasses this whole time? Sunglasses is now the second largest category that I sell. Because I just took the time, I gave myself grace, I gave myself time, I learned, and then wow, did I feel stupid when I finally started picking up sunglasses. But now I'm super grateful that I know that knowledge because I gave myself the time. 3 months after that, I found a Logitech Harmony remote control. I've been passing on remote controls over and over and over again. I saw that. I thought that looks cool. Let me look it up. $50. I went home. I thought I had this magical little sauce. Early on in my reselling days, I listed it for $60. It still sold. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna go start looking for remotes. Fast forward, remotes are the number one revenue stream of my eBay business. And I wasn't selling them for the first 9. I've only been selling them for 11 months now. The first 9 months, I wasn't selling them, but I gave myself that time. I grew, and now I know more. And guess what? I'm going to continue to learn more. I still keep learning more. The next thing that I found was baseball mitts. I just kept expanding that knowledge, and now I have a ton of go-to items because I just gave myself time to learn. All right, guys, 5th and final tip for this video. I definitely have more than 5 tips on this channel. Go ahead and take a look at my other videos. I promise there's a lot of good content and value in this channel for you. But the 5th tip, this is a more advanced one. It's hard to get this going right off the bat, but it's definitely worth it, and that's networking. When I first started thrifting, just kind of had my head down. It was during the winter, so I had a hoodie up. I just get out of my way. I'm here to make money for myself and my family. Like, don't talk to me, don't bother me. I'm here to get mine, right? Slowly, I started becoming friends with the other thrifters, and now a lot of them will get to an item before me. They'll look it up. They'll weigh it back and forth in their head. And they're like, I don't want it. They'll come to me and say, hey, Jake, do you want to take a look at this before I put it back? A lot of times I take it, I buy it, and I resell it on eBay. It's awesome. Networking is very important on eBay. I now have a ton of connections. A lot of people know me as the eBay guy in town. And a few other people do eBay. A lot of them just decide, hey, I'm done with this eBay thing. Here's all my men's shirts for $2. You know, that's happened to me twice already. I started to go to the Las Vegas bins. I'm a few hours away from Las Vegas. It's not worth the drive for me to go there every day or even every week. But I've been there about 7 or 8 times. And then I just started talking to this guy. I'm like, hey man, I see you here all the time. Are you interested in remotes or computer mouses? Or things like that. And he's like, well, I get like Xbox controllers and PS3 controllers, but that's about it. I'm like, sweet. Get every single remote here. At the bins, they're costing you 4 or 6 cents. I'll give you 25 cents for every single remote, regardless of what it sells for. If it's worthless, you still get 25 cents. He's like, cool, dude. Now I have that guy getting remotes for me all week long. And he actually has a place here in my town, so he comes up every other week and he says, okay, sweet, here's 60 remotes. Here's 400 remotes. Here's only 15 remotes, whatever it is. I get them for super cheap. I'm able to list all the quality ones and then lot up the ones that don't sell for as much, throw them on eBay and let them fly. Another thing is I went on my Facebook, my local Facebook groups in town. I introduced myself and I said, hey guys, I sell electronics on eBay. If any of you guys buy storage units or have connections to remote controls, game stations, gaming controllers, cameras, computer mouses, anything of that sort, contact me. Now I have this guy who buys storage units. He's really just interested in clothing, and then he has a way to facilitate bigger furniture. Everything else just lets it fly. So he now has a box that has my name on it. It says Jake. Sorry, my phone died. So he has this box that he puts Jake on the side, and he just throws all of his cameras, his remotes, his gaming controllers, all Walkmans, all those little tiny iPods, all those electronics, he just throws in a box for me. And dude, he just sells them to me for super cheap, because a lot of them don't work. I understand that, he understands that, so we agreed upon a price that's fair for both of us. He was going to throw them out anyway. He really just wants the storage unit life is a tough life. Like you gotta clean up people's messes that they just leave behind. You have to do it in a certain time, or else you pay fees and you pay fines for someone else's garbage that you just bought. So you got to get that thing cleaned up quick. So a lot of guys just throw everything away that they don't want. So I'm able to come in and facilitate a need for him. Say, hey, you're gonna throw this away anyway. Let's get you a couple $100 instead. So yeah, that's a really, it's more of an advanced tip. Don't expect to just go out there today and make a ton of connections. It's possible. A lot of people are very charismatic and they know how to deal with people, but relationships are built over time, trust is built over time, friendship is built over time. Go out and make those connections. That is probably what exponentially expanded my business the fastest. I was able to get more listings up. I was able to do more wholesale deals. I was able to make a ton more money. And it's these 5 tips that if I knew day one, who knows where I would be today. But honestly, I don't care about that. It's you learn as you go. I'm grateful for the failures along the way. I'm grateful for the high points. And yeah, let's keep growing together. Consider these 5 tips when you're trying to grow on eBay, and you'll make a lot more money. So let's get it. All right, guys, tip number 1 is actually going to be buying